Welcome to Strategies to Lose Weight and Improve Health, and thank you for joining me today. We're going to focus on how to improve your health, which invariably will help you to get to or maintain a healthy body weight. So let's go over first just some resources to help you on your journey. The World Bank Group provides staff with health support, e-coaching, and information through an online wellness portal, connectwithyourhealth.com. After a health assessment, you can receive personalized health recommendations, access to coaching, and health education support through videos, webinars, and articles. So be sure to visit connectwithyourhealth.com for more information. For those of you that don't know me, I've been a Knowledge Management Officer with the Global Knowledge and Learning Office at IFC for the past 7 years. Previous to that, I was at the IMF. I'm a certified nutrition specialist, licensed nutritionist with a master's degree in clinical nutrition. For the past 2 years, I've spent a portion of my time as a nutrition advisor with the Health and Safety Directorate and recently connected with Luis Schwartz as a team lead on nutrition for the Healthy Staff Group. The goal of today is to give you strategies to improve your health, and the result of this will be getting to and maintaining a healthy weight. I am not a doctor and will not be providing medical advice. Instead, I'll offer general tips, so please consult your primary care physician before making significant changes, especially if you have an underlying medical condition or if you're taking medication. Also, keep in mind that not all strategies work for all bodies. We are individuals with unique genes, medical history, environmental exposures, culture, and current conditions. The agenda. Today we're going to take a three-pronged approach to see what we can do to lose weight. We'll look at diet, behavior, and lifestyle. The body is complex, so it is not just about eating the exact right number of calories. Even though I'll be saying the word calories throughout the presentation, it's not just about calories. It matters what you eat, when you eat, how much you eat, the interaction with the gut microbiome, and hormonal balance. And you'll see, hopefully, that these strategies span across all of these different factors. Okay, what should I be drinking and eating? You probably have heard this before, but the best diet is the one you don't know you're on. It needs to be sustainable, a lifestyle. The goal is to provide your body with optimal nutrition so you maintain health, aren't hungry, feel energized, and don't go overboard. So we'll cover the following nutrition strategies: drink water, eliminate alcohol, get enough protein, eat healthy fats, and eliminate sugar. 60% of your body is composed of water, meaning that this clear, calorie-free liquid plays a role in just about every bodily function. The more hydrated you are, research suggests, the more efficiently your body works at tasks that range from thinking to burning body fat. Science suggests that water can help with weight loss in a variety of ways, such as suppressing your appetite, boosting metabolism, reducing your overall calorie intake, removing waste from the body, burning fat, and may even help with motivation and stress. And when I say water, I'm including sparkling, mineral, flat, flavored, with essence, cold, room temperature, all the above. Water may naturally suppress your appetite. A study showed that participants who drank a half liter, about 17 ounces of water, 30 minutes before meals ate fewer calories and lost 44% more weight compared to those who didn't drink the water. Another study in the European Journal of Nutrition reported that people who drank 2 glasses of water immediately before a meal ate 22% less than those who didn't drink any water before eating. The water drinking group experienced less hunger and greater satiety and fullness. So try it, see how it works for you. Drinking water may stimulate your metabolism, stimulating thermogenesis or heat production in the body, which is ultimately helping you burn calories and help with weight management. According to 2 studies published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, drinking water can boost metabolism by 24 to 30% over 1 to 1.5 hours, helping you burn off more calories. Reduce your overall calorie intake by replacing all other beverages with water. Because water contains no calories, filling your glass with H2O instead of higher calorie alternatives like juice, soda, sweetened tea, or coffee can reduce your overall liquid calorie intake. Also, interestingly enough, although diet soda contributes no calories, replacing diet beverages with warm water, or with any kind of water, may be a factor that contributes to weight loss. Overweight and obese women who replaced diet beverages with water after their main meal showed greater weight reduction during a weight loss program in a 2015 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Water helps the body remove waste. So drinking water facilitates the production of urine, which is primarily made up of water, and keeps stools soft. In other words, the more hydrated you are, the easier it is for your system to move things along, and the less likely you are to suffer from constipation and bloating. In addition, adequate hydration promotes kidney function, it flushes harmful bacteria from the urinary tract, and prevents kidney stones, which can occur with more concentrated urine. The body needs water to burn fat. Upping your water intake may increase lipolysis, the process by which the body burns fat for energy, according to a 2016 mini-review of animal studies published in Frontiers in Nutrition. Although the scientists are not quite certain of the mechanism behind this, it appears that mild dehydration decreases fat burning, which may be due to hormonal changes. Water may improve motivation and reduce stress. So when you're dehydrated, you may experience symptoms such as fatigue, dizziness, and confusion. Dehydration, the researcher of a 2016 mini-review found, also might be linked to sleepiness and reduced alertness. And another study published in the International Journal of Sports Medicine found that dehydration increases your body's production of cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So these symptoms could affect your motivation to exercise, to cook healthy at home, and to make better food choices overall. How much should you drink? You have probably heard the standard 8 glasses of 8 ounce per day, which is 64 ounces, or another guideline is to drink half of your body weight in ounces. But the reality is the amount of water needed varies greatly depending on your age, gender, health, physical activity, the tendency to sweat. So the majority of people, healthy people, adequately meet their daily hydration needs by letting thirst be their guide. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the average American adult drinks nearly 5 cups of water a day, which is about 40 ounces. And then the general recommendation from the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine is approximately 91 ounces, or 11 cups, of water each day for women, and approximately 125 ounces, or 15.5 cups for men. So the general guideline is C, with about 80% of the recommended fluid intake coming from drinking water and beverages, while the other 20% comes from water-rich foods. One way to determine whether you're drinking enough water is to go by the color of your urine. So if it's dark yellow, you aren't drinking enough. You want to aim for light yellow. Not the most popular strategy, but alcohol sales, no surprise, have rapidly spiked since the pandemic, and according to the dietary guidelines for Americans, moderate alcohol consumption is defined as up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. However, if you're trying to lose weight, consider eliminating alcohol consumption altogether. So here you'll see on this image perhaps one of your favorites. There are 7 calories per gram of alcohol. So a single glass of red wine is about 125 calories, a regular beer around 150. Hard liquor provides just under 100 calories, but with added mixers like fruit juice or tonic water, you can easily skyrocket the sugar and calories. When you're trying to lose weight, alcohol also works against you because those calories it supplies are empty, meaning they provide you with no beneficial nutrients and you don't get a sense of fullness or satiety when drinking. Alcohol can also slow the process by which your body burns fat. The alcohol calories you consume cannot be stored. Your body has to prioritize and use these calories first. So this means that while your body deals with alcohol, the other calories from your food are stored as fat, which can lead to weight gain. Alcohol also stimulates appetite and decreases inhibitions and undermines your willpower, causing you to eat more than you planned. An interesting 2002 Danish study published in the International Journal of Obesity and Related Metabolic Disorders found that men who were told they could eat as much as they wanted ate more when meals were served with beer or wine rather than with soft drinks. Let's talk about protein. It's an important macronutrient that is involved in nearly all bodily functions and processes. Proteins are made of amino acids, which are primarily used to create tissues, form enzymes and cellular transporters, maintain fluid balance, and more. So how does eating protein help control your weight? Well, satiety helps you feel full longer. One of the biggest things that impedes weight loss is hunger. And you can combat this by ensuring you are getting enough protein. Protein, with fat coming in as a close second, is the most satiating of all macronutrients, so you feel full longer after having protein. Second, protein has the highest thermic effect of 25%, and this refers to how much energy your body needs in order to digest it. So for example, for every 100 calories of protein you eat, you end up with a net of just 75 calories because using protein or protein synthesis is an energy-intensive process. It takes a lot of energy for the body to break down protein into amino acids to be used by the body. And just for comparison, carbohydrates have an 8% thermic effect and fats have just 3%. How much should you eat? Well, you should consume protein at every meal. There are various calculators online you can check out or talk with your doctor for your specific needs, but generally you want to aim for 0.4 to 0.5 times your ideal body weight. And the ideal body weight is just a standard measurement based on height and gender. Slightly higher amounts if you're an athlete. So if you're an athlete, it's 0.5 to 0.8. So for example, a woman with an ideal body weight of 140 pounds would aim for 56 to 70 grams of protein per day. So let's look at what does 25 grams of protein look like. See there, 3 ounces chicken breast, 4.4 ounces of salmon, 6 medium oysters, a cup of Greek yogurt, 4 mozzarella string cheese sticks, 3 cups of cooked quinoa, 100 almonds. Some top vegetarian protein sources like Greek yogurt, chickpeas, cottage cheese, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and these are different servings. So, in summary, it's very important that you get sufficient protein every day for your health and to control your hunger. We'll talk about tracking your food in a minute, but using an online program or an app like Chronometer is a great way to plug in your food and ensure you're getting proper amounts of protein, essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. Healthy fats should be a part of your diet. Good fats come from animal fat and warm weather plants like olive and avocado. They are high in the fatty acids we call saturated and monosaturated. These fatty acids are stable, and unlike the bad oils, they do not break down in your body and do not cause inflammation. Your body can safely use them as fuel and are an excellent source of cellular energy. So you want to keep your kitchen stocked with the good fats. Organic and for animal-based fat, grass-fed or pastured sources are always best. As you can see, this paper here from the American College of Cardiology, dated June 17, 2020, states that foods rich in saturated fats, such as whole-fat dairy, unprocessed meat, and dark chocolate, are not associated with increased cardiovascular disease or diabetes risk, and instead have protective effects against stroke. So don't fear the fat. Fat is satisfying and gives you a sense of fullness. It'll help curb cravings, make you feel less deprived, and is essential for healthy cells. Dietary fat is crucial for the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and also for healthy cell membranes, proper brain functioning, thyroid function, hormone production, and regulation of blood pressure, liver function, immune, and inflammatory responses. How to incorporate fat? Well, the best fats to cook with are ghee, which is just heated butter with the milk solids removed, so there's no lactose that remains, just fat, and it also has a higher smoke point than butter, so it doesn't burn. Coconut oil, lard, duck fat, chicken fat, beef tallow. When cooking with these oils, do not go above the smoke point of the oil, and these mentioned all have a pretty high smoke point. This is when the oil starts to break down and produces the free radicals that you do not want to ingest. So use olive, walnut, macadamia oils on salads. You don't want to heat those because they have a relatively low smoke point. You want to embrace animal fat. You want to eat full-fat dairy as long as you're not lactose intolerant and do not have issues digesting dairy. And you want to avoid polyunsaturated fats that are highly processed and unstable, such as soy, corn, safflower, sunflower, and canola oil. They are vulnerable to damage from heat, light, and oxygen. And if they're damaged by heat, light, and or oxygen, for example, if they're used as a frying oil over and over again, or maybe just left out in a clear bottle on the shelf for months in a supermarket, then they get oxidized. And oxidized fats are dangerous because they're inflammatory to the body. So you eat those oxidized fats, it increases inflammation, and then increased inflammation contributes to just about every other chronic disease that you could think of, including the heavy hitters like obesity and diabetes. Trans fats are the most inflammatory fats and should be avoided altogether. They are created during hydrogenation, which converts liquid vegetable oils into semi-solid, partially hydrogenated oil. Although the amount of trans fats in food have declined in recent years, and the Food and Drug Administration banned them in 2018, however, they are still found in some products, such as fried or baked goods and non-dairy creamers, due to certain exemptions to the ban. To reduce your intake, make sure to read labels and check ingredient lists for partially hydrogenated oil. It's better to just avoid buying vegetable shortening, margarine, vegetable oil, fried fast foods, and non-dairy coffee creamers. So in summary, fat provides the most abundant energy reserve in the body. And because it is slowly digested in the stomach, it extends the amount of time that energy can be utilized. So eating some healthy fatty food during lunch will help you to stay full longer and prevent possible cravings. So having avocados, olives, nuts, seeds like hemp and flax, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines will help. Healthy fats are a necessary part of your diet and will help support you on your weight loss journey. Sugar has no nutritional value and does not need to be part of your diet. So let's look at how your body processes it. Sugar is a simple carbohydrate that is easy for your body to break down into glucose. When glucose passes into the bloodstream, your blood sugar rises quickly. To bring levels back to normal, the pancreas releases the hormone insulin, which lowers blood sugar levels by shuttling glucose out of the bloodstream and into the body's cells. So it's similar to a car using up its gas. If your body's energy needs are high, the sugar is put to use by providing energy to your working cells. The problem occurs when you send sugar into your bloodstream too often and your body doesn't need the energy. The extra sugar supply causes your pancreas to go into overdrive, releasing excessive amounts of insulin to compensate. So how does eating excess sugar affect your weight loss goals? Well, excess insulin drives sugar into muscle, fat, and liver cells where it's stored as glycogen, a sugar, for later use. But sadly, we have a limited capacity to store glycogen, and when this capacity is breached, the excess sugar is converted to fat for storage. So let me just repeat that important point. Excess sugar is converted to fat. Our fat cells are capable of creating chemical signals that lead to chronic inflammation, especially when you eat too many calories and too much sugar. Chronic inflammation in the body is detrimental because it's a key indicator of heart disease among other chronic health conditions. Another problem with sugar is that eating it tends to make you crave it later. The link between sugar intake and sugar cravings is real. Sugar activates reward centers in your brain. As your intake increases, so does the release of serotonin and endorphins, powerful brain chemicals that make you feel calm, relaxed, and happy. And on top of that, sugar tastes good. Once you get used to eating highly sweetened foods, your taste buds adjust, and that's just what you want more of. Over time, this excess intake can lead to added calories and weight gain. Another reason for sugar cravings may be in our gut. Our gut flora, or microbiome, is the diverse community of bacteria, fungi, and viruses that live inside our intestines. These gut microbes are essential to our digestive health. Refined carbohydrates and sugar feed the unhealthy bacteria in our gut and disrupt the balance between good and bad bacteria. Recent research indicates that the composition of our gut flora may actually influence how much sugar we crave and how we balance our blood sugar. The more unhealthy bacteria that exist, the more you may crave the sugar they need to multiply. This imbalance may make it difficult to lose weight, cause unwanted weight gain, and create other digestive issues like bloating, gas, diarrhea, and constipation. So check out the many names for sugar that you might see on your labels in the ingredients list. What do the studies show? Well, processed foods, refined carbohydrates, breads, pastas, desserts should be avoided. Studies show that refined carbs can spike blood sugar rapidly, leading to hunger, cravings, and increased food intake a few hours later. This one very interesting study, although it was only a small group of 12, they were evaluated on 3 separate occasions consuming meals, breakfast and lunch, that had a low, medium, and high refined carbohydrate makeup. For example, the low-carb meal was a vegetable omelet, the medium-carb meal was steel-cut oats, and the high-carb meal was instant oatmeal. Then they were allowed to eat as much as they wanted for dinner. They found that after the high refined carbohydrate meal, participants consumed 81% more food compared to when they had had the low carbohydrate meals, and 53% more than when they had the medium carbohydrate meal. So, not good. Alright, let's just touch on fruit, just so that you're aware that fruit also has sugar. Some of the high sugar fruits are bananas, grapes, pineapple. Low sugar fruits like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, kiwi, and melons can be a part of your diet if they're eaten as treats, aptly named nature's candy. If you want me to research the sugar content of a particular fruit in your country, please send an email to healthpromotion@worldbank.org. I'd be happy to look into that. What's your sugar strategy? It's important to create a sugar strategy when trying to lose weight. Some people are moderators, and they can handle just a little sweetness in their morning coffee or an occasional indulgence, while others find it difficult to stop eating once you start, or even with just one taste. An abstainer finds it far easier to give something up altogether than to try and have a little here or a little there. You can decide to reduce your intake over time or quit altogether. If you do quit, you'll see your taste buds will change, and even some vegetables like broccoli will suddenly seem sweet. Also, by giving it up, you will no longer crave it. If you're interested in quitting sugar or learning more about it, please let me know. I'm working on a quit sugar program and would be happy to give a presentation about it. Focus on real food. Eat nutrient-dense foods. These are whole, real foods as minimally processed as possible that are high in vitamins and minerals. Unprocessed meats, vegetables, low-sugar fruits are examples. These nutrient-dense foods trigger satiety and keep you full longer while giving your body all the vitamins and minerals it needs, with fewer calories coming along for the ride. They give you that "I'm full" signal much more quickly. When you eat foods with low nutrient density, on the other hand, like processed foods high in sugar and vegetable oils, for example, your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs. Your body then continues sending hunger signals, which leads to overeating, hoping that you'll eventually provide the nutrients your body requires. So ensure your meals are comprised of a variety of whole foods with protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. If you keep it simple, you'll be able to stick to it. Let's look at some behavior strategies you can try. Check your mindset. So what motivates you? Do you want to look better? Do you want to feel better? Maybe you want to fit in clothes that you haven't worn in a while. There's no wrong answer, and you can have more than one motivation. But it's good to identify what motivates you so you can remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing when the temptations arise. The hardest part of making positive change is the part where you have to figure out if you actually want to make the change or not. Because once you decide you really do want to do something, when you're truly ready to commit, then you'll automatically start looking for ways that you can do it. And once you believe you can do something, you become unstoppable. So ways to support a new mindset is to be positive. Post affirmations like "you can do it." Surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Doing so provides you an encouraging, emotionally healthy environment in which to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help or support. Out of sight equals out of mind. You want to clear out your cabinets, refrigerator, freezer from foods that you know are not helping you optimize your health. If you don't bring it into your house, you will not be tempted by it. And kids don't require junk food. If you choose to have desserts and treats in your house, try to keep them off your counter and sectioned off in your pantry or area of the fridge. Out of sight, out of mind. Even if you're eating all of the right foods, you can still be eating too much. So here are some ways to manage how much you eat. You want to take one serving and eat it from a plate instead of straight out of the box, bag, or pan. This will make you more mindful of how much you are actually eating versus when you start munching away and suddenly the bag is empty. It is so easy to do. Just take one or two, and then before you know it, half the bag is gone, and then you decide, well, might as well just finish the whole bag, the box, the pan. So be sure to check the label so you are taking one actual serving. Different products have different serving sizes, which could be measured in cups, ounces, grams, pieces, slices, or number of items. So here are some images to help you approximate various serving sizes to ensure you know how much you're actually eating. A serving of meat is about the size of your palm, 3 to 4 ounces. An ounce of cheese is about the size of your thumb. A cup of vegetables is the size of your closed fist, and 1/4 of a cup of nuts is the size of your cupped hand. Pre-portion foods that may come in bulk or large bags or boxes into individual servings. This helps keep you aware of how much you are eating, makes it more effort to get another serving, and less prone to overeat. I like to do this with nuts and seeds, which are so easy to overeat. Even for something like yogurt. I make Greek yogurt from a half gallon of milk, so I know it's about 1,000 calories. I put it in a glass container, and my husband typically eats 1/4 of it each day, so that it's 4 servings, 250 calories, 25 grams of protein per serving, and a good source of fat as well. Use smaller dishes, bowls, and glasses. If you like to clean your plate at each meal, this strategy can be beneficial. Most of us, we tend to fill up our plates and eat everything off of our plates. So a smaller plate will enforce smaller portions. Try using a salad plate. Fill half of your smaller plate with high volume veggies. So stretch receptors are located throughout the stomach, and when they are triggered by food, they send signals to your brain to tell you to stop eating. If you fill half of your plate with vegetables that are low in calories but high in volume or weight, you will trigger these receptors. So examples are salad greens, zucchini, yellow squash, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. And here's an example of a stomach filled with 400 calories of oil versus 400 calories of beef versus 400 calories of vegetables. So you can see how the vegetables fill it up. Freeze food you won't serve or eat right away. If you make too much and if you struggle with taking second and third helpings or snacking out of the fridge, this is a great strategy to prevent you from overeating. And of course, if you're eating with your family, make sure everyone has had enough before you pop it into the freezer. Try a meal kit service. If you have this available in your country or in your grocery store, now might be an excellent time to try it. You can order a meal service tailored to your specific dietary needs and requirements. You're sent all the ingredients pre-portioned with instructions. Some people really love the idea of only having what you need in order to make the meals because it limits temptations, and it forces you to also plan your meals out ahead of time. I haven't tried this personally, but I do know people who have, and they really enjoy the convenience and the healthy options, along with helping them achieve their weight loss goals. One more tip for managing portions is to be sure you are staying hydrated. Sometimes you reach for food when actually you're just thirsty, so get in the habit of first having a drink of water before reaching for food. Let's talk about how to stop yourself from eating. These are aptly called stoppers. So, are there any foods that you feel once you start eating, you just cannot stop? Or maybe you have that favorite dish that you cannot help yourself from eating until it's all gone. Well, you might want to try some of these tactics. Make a cup of tea as soon as you're done eating, or have a piece of gum or a strong mint next to your plate. When you're done eating, pop it into your mouth. These options will prevent you from continuing to graze. And you can also try this while you're preparing dinner if you tend to pick and eat as you go. That's a big one for me. Same idea for brushing your teeth after you're done eating. Go brush your teeth. As soon as you're done eating, clear the table, take your dishes to the sink or dishwasher. And other ways to signal your brain that you are done are to leave the kitchen. So just get away, go take a walk, call a friend. All right, set yourself up for success with meal planning. Proper planning prevents poor performance. I'm sure you've heard if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So plan. Plan so you are not caught unprepared, starving, and just reaching for and eating anything and everything. One of my favorite ideas is to double a recipe so there's enough for dinner and then lunch the next day. This is the cook once, eat twice strategy. If you don't mind leftovers, this can minimize your time and effort in the kitchen. Having healthy food on hand, which you can also pre-portion out into individual servings for several lunches and dinners, can be a great way to stay on track. Prepare dishes or meals on the weekends when you have more time. So for example, roasting a chicken with vegetables and portioning it out into individual servings for future lunches, or cut up vegetables and combine with a roast to be put in the oven or slow cooker later in the week. Another related method is batch cooking, where you make one big batch of an item and then cook it or eat it throughout the week, such as stews, soups, casseroles, roasted vegetables, refrigerator-friendly salads. It doesn't work for everyone, right? For some, it can be too tempting to have all that food ready and on hand to eat. But it can have several advantages, such as saving you time throughout the week, reducing mealtime stress, and controlling portion size better. These will all help you on your weight loss and health journey. For me, as I said, I like to cook larger dinners to ensure leftovers for lunches, as well as batch cook items. So on the weekend, I typically make a batch of Greek yogurt, a dozen hard-boiled eggs, cut up vegetables to eat raw or to roast, roasted chickpeas, and either a roast chicken or a double batch of meatballs. If you're interested in trying meal prep, I enjoyed reading the book Cook Once, Eat All Week. Again, the goal is to plan ahead and have healthy food on hand so you don't have to snack or give in to fast food or junk food. Track your food intake. You might be eating a lot more than you think. If you would like to see an entertaining and eye-opening show, go to YouTube and search Secret Eaters. I'm not sure if it's available in all countries, but I can summarize it for you here. It's a British show, and it puts overweight families under 24-hour camera surveillance, their every move and mouthful captured by cameras in their shopping carts, cars, fridge, jobs, and they compare what they have tracked for the week and what the cameras actually reveal. And the people are genuinely shocked at the amount of food and how mindlessly they eat it. And most of us are secret eaters, sneaking bits and bites here and there without even realizing it. After the participants are shown the footage and educated about how much they are really eating, they embark on a 10-week food rehab and more mindful regime to help them lose the weight. And they do. It's a really good show. So, step 1 is to realize that you probably are a secret eater. Okay, instead of installing cameras around your house, you can instead decide to track everything you put in your mouth. It is a tried and true strategy for weight loss. The key is to track absolutely everything that you ingest. Be completely honest with yourself. You might be surprised at what, when, or how much you are eating. It is a great tool to bring awareness to your eating patterns and choices. And studies show that people who track their food intake are more successful at losing weight and sticking to a healthful diet. And before you start thinking that you don't have time for this, researchers have found that it may not be as big of a commitment as you think. One study out of the University of Vermont and the University of South Carolina found that for successful weight loss, which they deemed as losing 10% of their weight or more, participants only had to use food monitoring apps for 15 minutes per day or less. Study participants logged how much food they ate, their portion sizes, and cooking methods over a 6-month program. And researchers found that subjects that lost weight got quicker at tracking their food intake. So when they first started out, it took them an average of 23 minutes per day, and then by the end of the program, they were averaging around 14 minutes per day. Some people find it more helpful and useful to use a tracking app to input your food the night before or in the morning to plan out your day. And this is a great strategy to plan for success. Scientists also found consistency is key. So frequency of logging food was more important for weight loss than the duration of time spent logging food. Right? That makes sense. The more often participants logged in to track their food, the more likely they were to lose weight. It's all about bringing awareness to what you are eating. You can try MyFitnessPal, Lose It, Chronometer, pen and paper. There's a link to an article about the 5 best. Not every day will be perfect, and maybe you just need to log for a few days or a couple of weeks to get a better sense of what you are eating. If you keep forgetting to use the app, you can use your calendar or an alarm on your phone to remind you to log meals. You could also make it a social thing by either using an app that allows you to connect with friends or just finding a buddy to tackle it together. Try time-restricted feeding or intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, it's popular. It's a popular eating pattern in which people cycle between periods of fasting and eating. It can aid in weight loss by allowing your body to use stored energy and fat, ingest fewer calories, and optimize hormones related to weight control. The key, and this is a big one, is not to compensate by eating much more during the eating periods. There's various methods out there, just for a couple examples. The 16-8, you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. For example, skip breakfast every day, and then eat lunch and dinner between 12 noon and 8 p.m. Some people prefer doing 1 or 2 24-hour fasts a week called Eat Stop Eat. So for example, you wouldn't eat from dinner one day until dinner the next day. Again, as long as you don't compensate by eating a ton during the non-fasting periods. These methods will lead to reduced calorie intake and help you lose weight and body fat. Fasting also causes changes in your metabolism. So we talked about insulin previously. Insulin increases when we eat. When we fast, insulin decreases dramatically. Lower levels of insulin facilitates fat burning. Levels of human growth hormone, HGH, may skyrocket during a fast, increasing as much as 5-fold. And this growth hormone is a hormone that can aid fat loss and muscle gain, among other things. And we'll talk more about it in a second. Fasting also has been proven to have many health benefits. Late last year, the New England Journal of Medicine published an authoritative review of research on intermittent fasting and its potential for reducing a great many health risks, including multiple sclerosis, intestinal disorders, and various cancers, and also improving different health indicators, including glucose regulation, blood pressure, triglycerides, and inflammation. The American Heart Association also reported on 2 studies last year showing that intermittent fasting is associated with lower rates of heart failure and a longer lifespan. Now, if you want to try it out, you could start by pushing your breakfast time later and later in the morning and then skipping it. You want to make sure you stay hydrated, but please talk to your doctor before starting an intermittent fasting regimen, and especially if you're taking medication. Many inputs contribute to your overall health. We've discussed diet, behaviors, and this last category is no less important. It's how you live your life, your lifestyle. During deep sleep, our bodies produce human growth hormone, HGH, which helps us do things, as we mentioned, recovery, build new muscle, heal from cuts. It's important to stop eating at least 2 hours before bedtime so you do not interfere with the secretion of HGH and other hormones while you sleep. So eating an earlier dinner and then closing up the kitchen until morning is a great way to increase HGH, which is also known as the fat-burning hormone, as you sleep. The largest natural surge of HGH occurs 30 to 75 minutes after you fall asleep. However, if you just ate a bowl of ice cream before bed, you prevent that precious fat-burning hormone from helping you burn fat. By the time you wake up in the morning, you still have glycogen in your liver and you haven't burned any fat at all. So, don't eat right before bed. Also, I'm sure you've heard, aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And this is also as it pertains to weight loss. When you get an adequate amount of sleep, your body stimulates the production of leptin, the hormone that makes you feel full, and suppresses ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry. So failure to get enough sleep leads your body to send hunger signals, which can cause you to overeat. So finish eating 2 hours before bedtime and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Several studies have shown that mindful eating, which is paying full attention to your experiences, cravings, and physical cues when eating, that it aids in weight loss by changing eating behaviors and reducing the stress associated with eating. You can implement mindfulness by trying some of the following. Avoid eating in front of a television, computer, iPad, or while distracted from any other activity. Each meal should be eaten at the table without distraction. Engage all your senses while eating. This will allow you to focus on what you're eating and fully take in the smell, taste, textures, and how it makes you feel. Another strategy is to eat slowly, so your brain can register when your stomach is full, which may take at least 15 minutes. Pause. Put your fork down between each bite. Try to take smaller bites, chewing your food thoroughly, enjoying each bite completely. One of my favorite tips is to eat with chopsticks or kids' cutlery, which will slow down most people. Serve yourself from the stove or counter. So after you make your meal, leave everything by the stove, on the counter. Families that serve their food directly from their stove or counter instead of family style at the table eat 19% less food compared to those serving themselves from the table. So you're employing this out of sight, out of mind strategy and making you more mindful or aware if you indeed want more food by having to get up and get it. Right? Since it's not staring at you right in front of you at the table, it's better to keep it over back by the stove. Studies have shown that mindfulness does work. In one study, participants with obesity participated in a 6-week mindful eating seminar and lost an average of 9 pounds and maintained the loss after a 3-month follow-up period. Another longer study showed that participants lost an average of 26 pounds while attending a 6-month mindfulness seminar without any weight regain after 3 months. So practice more mindful eating. Avoid distractions, focus on your food, eat slowly, stay present and in the moment with your meal. By changing your eating behaviors and reducing the stress associated with eating, it may aid in weight loss. Exercise is important for your health and has many benefits. However, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. That is not a good strategy. The more you expend energy exercising, the more your body will seek out more food for energy. So incorporate movement and exercise into your everyday routine for the health benefits, but do not count on it as a make you slim strategy. As the saying goes, abs are made in the kitchen. Find social support. People need regular support and positive feedback to stay motivated. Tell your close family and friends about your weight loss goals so that they can help you on your journey. Many people also find it helpful to find a weight loss buddy. You can meal plan together, hold each other accountable, and encourage each other throughout the process. Consider joining a support group. Both in-person and online support groups have been proven to be beneficial. This pretty large study, actually, of 633 employees of a school district participated in a weight gain prevention program over a 2-year period. Subjects that lost weight over this period participated in a number of strategies and expressed the support of fellow colleagues, family, and friends as the key to their success. And those participants that felt family, friends, and coworkers were undermining their efforts and not supportive, so for example, bringing them junk food or encouraging them to eat off plan, they were the ones that reported gained weight. Interesting group activities could include healthy food tastings, weight loss challenges, walking groups, healthy potlucks, group fitness classes, resource materials with recipes, newsletters with tips and encouragement, and one of the most powerful is the sharing of personal success stories and what is working for him or her. Some groups offer challenges that can be very motivating. 30 days no soda pop, Walktober, walking every day in October. So our own Connect with Your Health has this month a Weight Smart challenge that you can check out. It's a good opportunity to ask yourself to do more for a short period of time. One friend I know loves participating regularly in nutrition and fitness challenges offered by our fitness center, and she says they keep her engaged, interested, challenged, to continually be working on her own health. Her favorite part, besides seeing results, is the weekly group meetings with a health coach. They can talk about what is working, what isn't working, ask for help, swap recipes, and just support each other as they are trying to complete the challenge successfully. There's also a level of accountability. And what I see is probably the major benefit of doing a challenge is that you're exposed to different recommendations of what, when, why, and how to eat or exercise, and you can see what really works for you. So I highly recommend challenges. Having strong social support will help hold you accountable and keep you motivated to lose weight, so consider joining a group to help boost your motivation along the way. You can also learn to motivate yourself. Motivation is a skill that can be learned. Techniques like positive self-talk, having a mantra, like just do it, playing a motivational song, and journaling are proven ways to boost your motivation levels and power you forward in the right direction. Self-monitoring has also been shown as an effective tool for weight loss, and that may include keeping a food diary, practicing regular weigh-ins, or tracking your physical activity with a fitness tracker or an app. The practice of self-monitoring helps you observe your daily behaviors to increase awareness so that you can make changes as needed. Get professional help when needed. As mentioned, you can utilize our World Bank Group Wellness Program, connectwithyourhealth.com to find educational material, contact a coach, and attend webinars. If you feel there are emotional issues complicating your ability to lose weight, you may benefit from working with a behavioral specialist or a mental health professional. A therapist can help you recognize your successes and overcome your obstacles. For a personalized approach to changing your diet, contact a nutritionist or registered dietitian. He or she can evaluate your diet, medical history, and current conditions to formulate a plan that will work specifically for you. And this will help you feel more confident and knowledgeable in making the right nutrition choices. Many people also enjoy the accountability that seeing a professional provides them. Along the same lines, a health coach. For example, this study in November 2019 was in the Annals of Internal Medicine, found that 50% of participants who tracked their weight, diet, and exercise were able to maintain their weight loss. But for participants that tracked their weight, diet, and exercise, in addition to receiving personalized coaching sessions, 65% of them maintained their weight loss. So the study emphasizes the effectiveness of tracking and individual coaching. Taking advantage of professionals such as nutritionists, dietitians, coaches, and therapists, they can help boost your motivation and knowledge to help you reach your weight loss goals. Just as a way to sum up and review some of these strategies that we've talked about, some common problems and solutions. Problem: it's easier to snack throughout the day than have a meal. Well, it may seem easier to just graze on food throughout the day, but it will not help you in your weight loss goals. You want to set a meal schedule and stick to it. Be sure to have adequate protein and healthy fats at your first meal so you feel satisfied and don't feel the need to snack. Utilize meal prep strategies to prepare your lunch ahead of time and eat away from your desk and only at scheduled meal times. I have the worst sweet tooth. A sweet tooth is a sugar addiction, and the best way to break an addiction to any substance is to eliminate it from the diet. So craving sweet food is not the body's need for sugar. If the desire to eat something sweet becomes overwhelming, make a better choice by having a spoon of nut butter, hard-boiled eggs, something that has protein and fat that will give you that sense of satiety. Also, you can hopefully check out my Quit Sugar program coming. Problem: eating away from home. What if there are no healthy options? Well, social situations or events do not need to be the demise of your healthy eating. Plan ahead. Develop proper coping skills that will help you stay motivated no matter what life throws your way. There will always be holidays, birthdays, or parties to attend, and hopefully in person soon. So getting takeout or going to a restaurant? Well, research the menu online or call ahead to find out healthy options. If you're going to someone's house or to a picnic, offer to bring something that is healthy and fits within your nutrition goals. You can always eat something before a social situation so that you're not hungry and can more easily navigate the offerings. Do I have to do a juice cleanse to jumpstart my weight loss? No. Juice cleanses, also known as juice fasts, are very popular. Proponents claim you can lose up to 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms in a week and rid your body of toxins. However, there's very little research showing that juice cleanses are safe or effective. In one study, women drank a lemon juice and syrup mixture with less than 500 calories for 7 days. They lost weight and reduced insulin resistance. This is not a surprise. Any diet this low in calories will cause weight loss, but it's unlikely to produce lasting results. A major issue is that a cleanse doesn't establish the type of healthy eating habits necessary for keeping up weight loss over time. It's not sustainable. What's more, these juices tend to be high in sugar but low in protein, which is a bad combination for appetite control and health. As far as detoxifying goes, your liver and other organs perform that function daily. There's no need for this super cleanse. But again, if this is something you want more information about, please consult your doctor before doing this. A juice cleanse may offer or cause even fast weight loss, but it doesn't promote the healthy habits necessary to keep the weight off. I give in to peer pressure is the problem. Well, perhaps you have been trying to eat more healthful. However, your friends or family are always pressuring you to eat more and indulge in dessert. And this can be tough because you don't want to offend anyone. And when someone nags, complains, eat junk food in front of you, or pressures you to eat, there are some things you can try. So, number one, get them on board. Discuss the problem with the person and brainstorm options with him or her to overcome the problem. So, for example, say, "It is hard for me when we go out and everyone is indulging in tempting treats. Is there a way we can spend time together but not focus on food?" Number two, be willing to compromise to find a solution that will work for everyone. Maybe take turns choosing the activity or menu, or suggest potluck and bring something healthy. Three, share with people that you are on a journey to better your health and why it is important to you. Many people are willing to support you if they understand that you want to change your eating and activity and why. The last, 4. Ask others to positively reinforce you for your efforts and ignore your slips. This step is key to your success. Being surrounded by supportive family and friends will help you stay motivated and on track. Healthy food is more expensive. Well, take advantage of sales and buying in bulk quantities. You can cook cheaper cuts of meat in bulk, make stews, curries, casseroles that can be divided into portions and frozen. Choose nutrient-dense foods like tinned sardines, eggs, chicken livers, giblets, or other offal that are less expensive as well. Ultimately, you want to consider eating as an investment in your health that'll save you the future expenses of being sick or unhealthy. Problem: fresh vegetables spoil before being eaten. Solution: choose vegetables that are long-lasting, such as cabbage, squashes, calabash. A great strategy is to buy frozen vegetables, which are just as nutritious as fresh and can be preserved in your freezer long term. Okay, problem: I'm doing everything right and still not losing weight. Why? If this is the case, I would check with your doctor to make sure that you do not have an underlying thyroid issue or something else going on. You may want to explore food intolerances or food allergies, which can cause inflammation and weight loss stalls as well. As we've gone through these strategies, hopefully you've been able to thoughtfully consider which ones you want to implement immediately and also identify some you'd like to try. For example, you could swap out all your beverages for water, try tracking your food for the next 3 days, and find an online support group. Taking baby steps can lead to big results. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact healthpromotion@worldbank.org. Here I have a link to a tip sheet for the 20 strategies that we discussed today. I have a community on the IFC intranet with the link here that's open to all World Bank Group staff. And you can also find various nutrition and lifestyle book reviews under my LinkedIn profile. So thank you for joining me.